Hi, I'm Mara Levine, a touring folk singer based in Edison, New Jersey. Welcome to my Folk Unlocked showcase here at Folk Alliance 2021. I've been working with two different touring combinations over the past 12 years, and since we're not able to meet in person at this time, my showcase includes live performance videos with both acts. For the first 40 minutes, you'll see a concert featuring songs from my latest album, Facets of Folk, which reached #1 on the Folk Alliance International Folk DJ Chart in January 2019 and #3 for the year. I'll be supported by the harmony-driven trio Gathering Time based in Long Island. We often book together, share shows, and we've played venues across the States, in Canada, and even Europe. The last 20 minutes of the showcase will be 4 songs from live performances with my duo partner Terry Kitchen, a Boston-based songwriter, and will be singing his original songs. My website is www.MarabLevine.com, and feel free to contact me at MarabLevine@gmail.com. That's MarabLevine, MarabLevine@gmail.com. I hope you enjoy. So we're going to kick off the evening with a song by Tommy Sands. There's a number of songs on this album of social conscience based on some of the things that are happening politically in the United States. I have a collection of songs that are designed to have us sing along, think a lot, and speak out.
Hang on there, we're experiencing technical difficulties.
Yes, we have to have percussion.
There we go.
And you're going to find some of these songs are really great to sing along with, including this one. So we want you to join us.
That's a hint, yes.
That's right.
It's
I'll be
folk
doing
music.
this a lot.
Yeah.
Hey.
That doesn't mean you have to stand up, just although standing's invited too.
All right, here we go.
3, 4.
In your freedom in your daughters and your sons. Everybody.
In your daughters and your sons, your daughters and your sons. You sow seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons. In your daughters and your sons, your daughters and your sons. You sow seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I know we have a lot of singers here, so you'll be encouraged at various points to join in. So I mentioned that this album is a collection with a number of songs of social conscience. A good friend of mine, a songwriter by the name of Arlen Bennett. Who's familiar with Arlen? Can I have a show of hands? A wonderful songwriter from Tapan, New York, wrote this amazing song called Be the Change. Shall we? A woman stepped on a bus like any one of us after a hard working day. She walked halfway back to a seat marked for blacks and took her place. She was someone who really understood how a law could be a crime. When she wouldn't give her seat to a white man on his feet, yes, it was time to be the change you want to see around you. Be the right in a world of wrong. Be the one to make a difference. Be the change. Be the change. Many years before, another place, another war, in the struggle to be free. A wise barefoot man had his own plan to fight the enemy. He said it makes no sense to use violence as a means to an end. And we must rise above what they would do to us, or we become like them. So be the change you want to see around you. Be the right in a world of wrong. Be the one to make a difference. Be the change. Be the change. It's the pull of a lever. It's the sound of your voice. It's now or never. It's the choice to be the change you want to see around you. Be the right in a world of wrong. Be the one to make a difference. Be the change. Be the change. Be the change. Be the change. Thank you. Thank you so much. I have to just say how privileged I am to have been working collaboratively with Gathering Time. It's been 10 years. So we are not a group together, but we record together and occasionally do shows like this together. And
We're musical friends with benefits, but we're not married.
Stuart had to go there. I don't know, Stu.
Stu, you've always got to go there.
He always has to go there. I don't understand.
I thought
That's
it was
all
a
right.
family show.
I don't know. So Well, he did preface it by saying musical friends with benefits.
Well, he did.
So in 2017, in Charlottesville, when the alt-right protested and someone was killed and a lot of people were injured, and we saw that folks felt empowered, some groups felt empowered to be hateful and be divisive, we decided to put out a double single, a two-sided single.
That's what they used to call them.
Right, a CD, two-sided single, and Stuart Markus had written a song which they'll do in their set called Too Far to Turn Back Now, and I took Ellen Bukstel and Nick Annis' song, By My Silence, which is a very powerful song, and it is based on the speakings or poem by the Reverend Martin Niemöller, who was a Protestant minister, who was in the time of Nazi Germany, tried to counsel Hitler, that didn't work, and then when he spoke out, he was incarcerated in concentration camps for 8 years when he finally spoke out. And Stuart, you want to tell a little bit of the rest of the story?
Well, just a little over a year ago, we were on tour together in Europe. We played in Ireland and in Germany, and it just happened we were about an hour's drive from the Dachau concentration camp, which is now a museum and memorial park, and we saw his cell. It was the model, actually, for all concentration camps that came afterwards. And there was a big display to him. He, of course, when he got out, was asked, how was it that he, a full-blooded German and a Protestant minister, was put in a concentration camp. He gave the famous quote, "First they came for the communists, and I did not speak out because I was not a communist." And you know the rest.
Mm-hmm. And this song is based on that. So when they came for the communists, I held my tongue, minded my own business like a good neighbor. I trusted that justice was done. I didn't ask what was their crime, it was their sadness, wasn't mine. I didn't care where they were sent. By my silence I gave my consent. By my silence I gave my consent. I am not Jewish, and so when they came for the Jews, I had nothing to say. Branded with stars like cattle in boxcars, and then taken away. I didn't ask what was their crime, it was their sadness, wasn't mine. I didn't care where they were sent. By my silence I gave my consent. By my silence I gave my consent. I didn't care when they came for the unionists, came for the socialists, took the powerless. I'm not a terrorist, I'm not an immigrant, I'm native born, faithfully ignorant. I didn't care what was their crime, till their sorrow turned into mine. Their sorrow turned into mine. I was okay, I was a citizen, and I was free. I didn't care, now there's nobody there, no one to speak up for me. At the time I believed it never would happen to me. I didn't know what it meant was written by Ellen Bukstel and Nick Annis, and I do think that's one of the most powerful songs written about the Holocaust, and really we should all think a lot about our responsibility to speak out when we see not just things of societal things, but what about some person in our life that's being wronged and we're afraid to speak out that something's going to happen to us. So we think about that. The next song I'm going to do, and we'll have two songs following that are beautiful, uplifting songs, and with Mother's Day just behind us and Father's Day on its way. These next two songs are really perfect and beautiful and kind of like gifts to all parents for their children. The first one's called Talata Criosta. It's a traditional song from the Scottish Hebrides. It was the words were written by Reverend Ranald Rankin. It's the 1800s. It was set to a traditional Scottish folk tune, and it's a joyous celebration. It's actually the story of the birth of Christ, actually. There's many verses. I selected 3 that I felt were appropriate for me to sing.
Any time of year.
Any time of year, that's right, with Mother's Day and Father's Day. So please feel free to sing along with us on the chorus. It's very easy. You'll pick it up. You guys ready? Yeah.
My love, my treasured one, are you? My sweet and lovely son, are you? You are my love, my darling, you, unworthy I of you. Alleluia, 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 alleluia. Your mild and gentle eyes proclaim the loving heart with which you came, a tiny, tender, helpless babe with boundless gifts of grace. Alleluia, 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 alleluia. My love, my pride, my treasure, oh, my wonder new and pleasure, oh, my son, my beauty, ever you. Who am I to bear you here? Alleluia, 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 alleluia,
Thank you so much. Just really thrilled to be here with Gathering Time. You guys are going to be in for a real treat in the second half of the show. They are just astonishing with their harmonies, original music, and some amazing covers.
Sure, put the pressure on, Mara.
That's a lot of
Thanks.
pressure. That's right. Hey, they're professionals. So we're going to do Bill Staines' Child of Mine as a duet. I recorded it as a duet with a lovely gentleman by the name of Josh Joffin from Long Island, and he's down in South Carolina now. He moved. So Stuart is ably filling in for the daddy, and I'm the mommy. And this is a gift for all moms and dads, Mothers and Father's Day.
Child of mine, you are the break of dawn and the dearest dream I will ever know. Love's lasting light shines out from deep within this mother's heart as I watch you grow.
Child of mine, you are the wildest wind and the dearest dream I will ever know. Love's lasting light shines out from deep within this father's heart as I watch you grow. There is a road, that road is all your own, but we are here. You need not walk alone, to face not fear. Each coming new unknown
Is the way to lift your wings. Child of mine, you are the sweetest song and the greatest gift I will ever know. Child of mine, where spirits fly above, there is but one that belongs to you. So let it grow, and it will thrive on love, for it is love that sees us through.
You have the hands that will open up the doors. You have the hopes this world is waiting for. You are my own, but you are so much more.
You are tomorrow on the wing. Child of mine, you have the hands that will open up the doors. You have the hopes
This world is waiting for.
you are my own, and you are so much more. You are tomorrow on the wing. Child of mine, you are the sweetest song and the greatest gift I will ever know.
So who here is familiar with Cy Khan? There's a handful of people. He is an activist and a songwriter. He's been very well known in the folk community for his work in the civil rights and the labor rights movement. And his latest project has been, for the last 10 years, trying to prevent the building of the Pebble Mine, which would be the largest open pit copper and gold mine pretty much in the world. They want to build it at the headwaters of Bristol Bay in Alaska, where 40% of the world's wild sockeye salmon go to spawn. And Cy got involved with the Native Americans and the Alaskan citizens there 10 years ago in a quest to stop the building of this mine. And while Obama was still in office, it looked like that was squashed. Some partners pulled out other things. But since the Trump administration and the new head of the EPA, it looks like this mine is back in play, which would be a very bad thing. So everyone write your senators or congressmen that we don't want the Pebble Mine. So the song is called Upstream. It's from his album called Bristol Bay, and it's about the fight of those fishes and us to stop the building of the Pebble Mine. Okay, you ready?
Every night we see the moon ascending from the earth. Each new day we rise up to watch the sun's rebirth. Every month the old moon wanes to give the new moon way. Every year the salmon return to Bristol Bay, past the shoals and the rapids where the current runs strong, past 100 different dangers that make the odds so long. No matter how impossible their ancient journey seems, the salmon swim upstream. If you were a newborn salmon, if you had your say, would you think it's worth the effort to even swim away? Knowing the statistics, everybody learns. Of all the millions that are born, only one or two return, past the shoals and the rapids where the current runs strong, past 100 different dangers that make the odds so long. No matter how impossible their ancient journey seems, the salmon swim upstream. We are like the salmon, yet not like them at all. They number in the millions, our numbers are small. At the end of their journey, not one is left alive. We too are in danger, yet we will survive, past the mining corporations whose millions make them strong, past the paid-up politicians who string us along. No matter how impossible the way to victory seems, we fight our way upstream, past the shoals and the rapids where the current runs strong, past 100 different dangers that make the odds so long. No matter how impossible our ancient journey seems, the salmon swim upstream. The salmon swim upstream.
Thank you so much. What do you want to do for you? Gordon Lightfoot fans? Let's see. Gordon Lightfoot fans. Okay. So I tend to record songs by songwriters that I love, but they're often the less well-known songs by that songwriter. So I just now want to show of hands of who knows Bitter Green. There's a small handful of people who know Bitter Green. That's good. That means I'm doing my job. Recording a lesser-known Gordon Lightfoot song. And so we recorded, again, Gathering Time is on 5 songs on my album, Facets of Folk, which is in the back and will be there on the break. And Bitter Green is one of them. So shall we?
I think we shall.
Let's shout. Let's shout.
Let's shout.
Let's shout.
Upon the bitter green she walked, the hills above the town echoed to her footsteps, the soft designer down, waiting for her master to kiss away her tears, waiting through the years. Bitter green, they call her, walking in the sun, loving everyone that she met. Bitter green, they call her, waiting in the sun, waiting for someone to take her home. Some say he was a sailor who died away at sea. Some say he was a prisoner who never was set free. Lost upon the ocean, he died there in the mist, dreaming of her kiss. Bitter green, they call her, walking in the sun, loving everyone that she met. Bitter green, they call her, waiting in the sun, waiting for someone to take her home.
to rust. There comes a weary stranger, his tears fall in the dust, kneeling by the churchyard in the autumn mist, dreaming of her kiss, bitter green they call her, walking in the sun, loving everyone that she met. Bitter green they call her, waiting in the sun, waiting for someone to take her home. Bitter green.
Lovely.
Thank you. So we'd like to thank again, first of all, Philadelphia Folksong Society. Ashley and doing a gorgeous job. Justin is here somewhere. Barry up front. Thank you guys so much for helping us out tonight. I've got 2 more songs for you in this set. We'll take a break. This next song is written by my friend Susan Shan. She's formerly from New Jersey, now from Nashville. And I collected this one from her. She gave me 2 of her CDs, and I found this amazing song called You Reap What You Sow. I recorded it as a bluegrass track, so on the album, obviously, we're not bluegrass, we're folking it up here. But on the album, it's all top-notch bluegrass singers and players on You Reap What You Sow, and it did #1 on the folk chart when it came out as a single, and 22 weeks on the Bluegrass Today Americana chart, which is pretty cool. Folky crossing over into bluegrass. And what was really exciting was John Lawless, who's the editor of Bluegrass Today, wrote an editor, like he writes pieces about things, and he wrote about the song and about crossover, and he said that it was good, and I was welcome there in the bluegrass world. Scary world of bluegrass, I know, it's exciting. So we're going to give our version of it, and it's a great sing-along, so please, of course, join us.
And an important lesson in life.
That's right, you reap what you sow. So true.
1, 2, 3.
I once asked the farmer as he toiled in the row to tell me his secret for making things grow. I'll always remember that look in his eye as he studied God's acre and gave his reply.
You reap what you sow, so you better plan wisely, that the harvest may yield you a bounty of good. You get what you give, so give compassion.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And again, all the songs that we're doing tonight in my set are from the new album. So if you really love what you're hearing, you're going to get it. You know, these guys pretty much reproduce what it sounds like in the studio, except for the bluegrass part. I mean, Gerry did really good.
Hey,
but
Gerry
did really good. No flags. That was excellent, Gerry. But the rest of you went for banjo or anything like that.
Well,
Um,
if you
there was
notice,
one
when I
upstairs.
capoed up in the 9th fret,
To get that mandolin
it sounded
sound.
like a mandolin
It did.
pretty effectively.
I like
So,
that.
bluegrassers, watch out, we're coming.
That's right.
Genuine imitation.
And there's a really, really big banjo at a farm a few miles north of here.
Yeah?
Maybe we can borrow that sometime.
Okay.
It's a smiley-faced one.
Yeah. So I have one more song in my set before we take a break, and then we enjoy gathering time in the second set. And this, I had a friend, one of the DJs has been asking me for years to record Simon and Garfunkel's Bridge Over Troubled Water, and I told him I'm sorry that I just don't feel like I could touch Art Garfunkel's version. Right? Am I right? I can't do that. But another friend suggested that I do Song for the Asking, which is a lesser known, lesser recorded song as the close for this album, and I was highly influenced by Simon and Garfunkel. I recorded 2 other Simon and Garfunkel tracks on the last album, Jewels in Harmony, with Gathering Time. We did Leaves That Are Green, and we did April Come She Will. So we're gonna close the set the way I close the album, which is kind of like, it wraps up and sums up how I feel about this project. It's a gift of love for all of you, for everyone to enjoy. It took me 2 years to make it and lots of money. I'll be doing an Indiegogo fundraiser. I'm making a pitch right now for that Indiegogo fundraiser that I haven't done yet to get myself out of debt. Seriously. But this sums up how I feel, and the last line is, here is my song for the asking. Ask me and I will play all the love that I hold inside for you. Okay, shall we? Here is my song for the asking. Ask me and I will play so sweetly I'll make you smile. This is my tune for the taking. Take it, don't turn away. I've been waiting all my life. Thinking it over, I've been sad. Thinking it over, I'd be more than glad to change my way for the asking. Ask me and I will play all the love that I hold inside. Ooh, ooh, This is my song for the asking. Ask me and I will play all the love that I hold inside. Thank you. I don't know. Thank you so much.
So this is one of Terry's songs, and I've been really enjoying when I'm working with Terry, learning and singing his original material, because I'm just really taken with his songwriting. And this particular song is called Apple Blossom Dance. Every passing year, just about this time, when the nights begin to warm and the apple blossoms shine, I sit on this old porch swing and dream of my romance. The night I fell in love at the apple blossom dance. He was standing punch instead of penny for your thoughts. He said that's what they're worth, and he asked me for a waltz. We waltzed to Love Me Tender and Song of the South. We waltzed through jambalaya and even twist and shout. At the apple blossom dance, the apple blossom dance, he was shyly looking every time I glanced. Sweet spring breeze whispered, take a chance and find true love at the apple blossom dance. We walked home in the moonlight, sat upon the swing, my parents by the window, not missing a thing. He just finished school with the ROTC, leaving at dawn to report for duty. We promised to write till the day that he came home. I waited and waited, but that day never came. Now his name is on the wall, and all I've got are letters, all bundled up with an apple blossom petal. From the apple blossom dance, the apple blossom dance, I still feel him looking everywhere I glance. Sweet spring breeze whisper, take a chance and find true love at the apple blossom dance. I found true love at the apple blossom dance. Thank you, Diane.
Diane Terry on fiddle.
They say to grow a perfect rose, you must cut down those around it. Nip each bud on the green thorn bush till just one red rose crowns it. And it will never have to share its sun and rain and sugar. It will blossom unopposed, the apex of its color. Rows and rows of imperfect flowers, that's how my garden grows. And I would not cut a single bower for the finest perfect rose. And its beauty, as it stands so proud and tall, the rose that knows its duty, to be plucked by the queen herself for the vase beside her pillow, and on the morrow be disposed at the first sign of its wilting. Rows and rows of imperfect flowers, that's how my garden grows. And I would not cut a single bower for the finest perfect rose. Once I bought a perfect rose when promised its beauty would linger, and when I touched its perfect petal, felt glass against my finger. A honeybee did chance to land, no pollen to be found. It stung my hand and I would not cut a single bower for the finest perfect rose. Rose and rose of imperfect flowers, that's how my garden grows. And I would not cut a single bower for the finest perfect rose. No, I would not cut a single bower for the finest perfect rose. Thank you.
Mara Levine.
Gerry Kitchen.
Never was the kind to get homesick. I couldn't stay away for weeks at a time. Lose myself in a new place. Well, anywhere just seemed to be fine. Well, even when I got my own apartment, but it was just a place. I stopped to change my clothes for bare walls and a ceiling. Not the kind of place you long to go. Now everything is inside out. Home is what I dream about. When I'm awake, it's always on my mind. These roots are coming slow. It's hard now to go. There's so much more to home I leave behind. There's coffee in the kitchen every morning. A little yard, a picket fence, a mortgage and a cat. Tomatoes from the garden every August. I like to mow my lawn, imagine that. Now everything is inside out. Home is what I dream about. When I'm awake, it's always on my mind. These roots are coming slow. It's harder now to go. There's so much more to home I leave behind. So darling, leave the light on, and I'll be home tonight. Everything is inside out. Home is what I dream about. When I'm awake, it's always on my mind. These roots are coming slow. It's harder now to go. There's so much more to home I leave behind. There's so much more to home I leave behind. There's so much more to home I leave behind. You guys want to hum with us one time? I think we timed it just right. She said as she held out a hand to the warm August breeze. Well, I said you're crazy. Just look at this traffic. We should have left Sag Harbor an hour ago. That's not what I meant, and you know it. Besides, when the sun's on the water, it's so hard to go. Oh, Walter, I meant you and me. Through no fault of our own, we were born on the crest of a wave. We lived our lives with the wind at our back, blown free from the summer of love to the winter of HIV. Now nothing's free. Feels like we're refugees in this post-American century. passing Shea Stadium at 10 miles an hour. Well, I said nothing good lasts, just ask the Mets. Well, I thought I caught her smiling. For a second we were young, and I fell in love again. Oh, Walter, I'm worried this time. This hurricane business, it's just the edge of the storm. Oh, our grandkids should hate us for not banning fracking. Oh, what will we tell them after everything's washed to sea? Just a memory, and we're refugees in this post-American century. This post-American century. Oh, cat, just close your eyes. Tomorrow is chemo, and you know how tired you get. But she shook her head, said, no, I'm not missing. The skyline and sunset is still as good as it gets. I told her I would wake her. I hummed a lullaby, and I just let her be. Just watched her sleep through this post-American century. This post-American century. This post-American.
You reap what you sow, so you better plan wisely, that the harvest may yield you a bounty of good. You get what you give, so give completely, and all your deeds will return as they should. All your deeds will return as they should. You